Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum class. I am Sara Ryakar, your course instructor of the subject Building Engineering Economics. And in today's class, we are going to study a very interesting and very important topic in economics or financial in financial terms, that is accounting as well. And the topic is depreciation and depletion. What are the learning objectives of today's lecture? We are going to learn about what is depreciation, what are the basic terms that are associated with the word depreciation, what are the objectives of depreciation and the causes of depreciation as well. Then methods to find out depreciation values. And the method could be single line method, unit of production method, and there are another term which we are going to study today, and that is depletion. And finally, we're going to study the method of calculating depletion. Now, let me clear one thing. There is a marginal line difference between depreciation and depletion, and these two terms are often confusing. So, I'll one by one explain depreciation. I'll explain depreciation first and then the depletion, and then we'll have a small comparison of these two terms in terms of engineering economics. So, coming towards the first topic, that is depreciation. What is depreciation in actual? It is basically a reduction in the value of asset with the passage of time. Anything, any small or any big thing, whenever that is under use, that is going to be under some use or some process is going to, and it's going through some process, its value, its basic value, that is the starting value of anything is its capital value or basic value or cost basis. Its value is going to be reduced. It could be several reasons for that. In next slides we'll discuss about the causes of depreciation as well. But होता क्या है, हम अगर कोई भी चीज खरीदते हैं, then after its usage definitely its value is going to be decreased. Even if you purchase anything like a mobile phone, when you are going to purchase a mobile phone, they will take full value of it. For example, it could be 25,000, it could be 30,000, or whatever the market rate of that item. Even but if the box is being open, and after 2 hours, hardly even after 2 hours, you are going to sell that mobile phone back to the shop, then its value would not be the same as it value was before 2 hours before. Okay, then this reduction is value is known as depreciation, or it is a calculated formula. The value is being and the value which is going to be reduced, that is some percentage amount of the original book value, and that value is known as depreciation value. And we are going to study depreciation terms and its associated causes and objectives in detail in today's lecture. Okay, which assets can be depreciated? Anything which has useful life more than 1 year. If the useful life of that thing is less than 1 year, then it is not depreciable. For example, any organic thing, or roses. Life of roses are of some days, so roses cannot be depreciated. Or any other thing which whose life is less than a year, like bread, any brand which produce some kind of thing that is not going to be last over 1 year, then it is not depreciable. Only that things are depreciable that which has useful life more than 1 year. And yes, if up, okay, one very important concept about useful life or depreciable amount is here can be which can be asked in the exams as well. Anything which has life of 2 years. Any brand X has life of 2 years. Can it is subjected to depreciation? This could be the question, but it's not about the life of the product. It's about the useful life of a product. There's a difference between life and useful life. Useful life is that life in which a product is fully in its bloom. Clear? In which a product can perform really well. The performance of that product can be up to the mark to which it was designed. That is the useful life of any product. Okay. Second, it could be it could be applicable to those products which has determinable useful life but not an unlimited life. मतलब ऐसी नहीं कोई चीज वैसे तो ये हम सबको ही पता है, देयर इज नथिंग, कुछ भी फानी नहीं है, मतलब हर चीज फानी है, कुछ भी लाफानी नहीं है, हर चीज खत्म होने वाली है, एवरीथिंग इज गोइंग टू बी एंड. सो the range of depreciation value is started from 1 year to its determinable useful life. किसी प्रोडक्ट की 30 ईयर्स हो सकती है, किसी की 40 ईयर्स हो सकती है. लाइक आपकी बैटरीज की 1 ईयर होती है, 2 ईयर मैक्सिमम होती है, उसके बाद यू हैव टू रिप्लेस दैट बैटरीज. गाड़ी की बैटरी और योर यूपीएस बैटरीज, एनी काइंड ऑफ बैटरीज, you have to replace that because it's not in usable conditions. It means it's not useful. It's not in its useful life now. क्योंकि उसके अंदर जो एसिड होता है उसकी एक स्पेसिफिक लाइफ है ना, that cannot go on for so long. So examples of that assets on which depreciation can be applied are vehicles, any kind of machinery, any kind of plants, power plants, like any kind of equipment, your buildings, your livestock, your wells, anything which has useful life more than 1 year is able to subjected on depreciation. Okay. Sorry. What are the basic requirements for anything that is going to be depreciated? It must be used in business. Sorry, it must be used in business, or it has to produce some kind of income. कोई भी ऐसी चीज जो आपकी इनकम में मतलब आपके इनकम प्रोडक्शन में रोल प्ले करे, दैट इज गोइंग टू बी डेप्रिशिएटेड. क्लियर? इट मस्ट हैव डिटर्मिनेबल यूजफुल लाइफ एंड इट शुड बी मोर देन 1 year. 1 साल से कम की चीज पे डेप्रिसिएशन अप्लाई नहीं होती. व्हाई? Another reason, another conceptual question for your papers could be why the life of that product should be larger than 1 year. Why 1 year is the minimum threshold level of depreciation requirement? Beta, its reason is depreciation is done annually. आपको मतलब मैंने बताया था ना, लाइक इन कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट रेट और डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ इंटरेस्ट फॉर्मूलाज, और in present worth or in future worth method, we can have annual increments, we can have increment after we can have monthly income, we can have weekly income, we can have bi-monthly, or we can have bi-annually. मतलब साल में 2 दफा भी हो सकता है, after every 6 months. But depreciation हमेशा हर साल के एंड पे होता है. That's why the life of the product must be larger than 1 year, ताकि 1 साल का depreciation तो बने. Clear? अभी conceptual question clear है? Then it must be something that wears out. ऐसा नहीं है कि कोई चीज इस तरह से बनी है जिसको कभी जवाल ही नहीं आ सकता. The thing must be turned to be wear out, or it must be subjected to decay. मतलब ऐसा है कि अपनी नेचुरल जो इसकी नेचुरल इनबिल्ट प्रॉपर्टीज थी वो उसको लूज करता जाए विद द पैसेज ऑफ टाइम आफ्टर यूजेज. क्लियर? Okay. And depreciation is applied to tangible products or properties. Now, what are tangible properties or products that can be touched, feel, or seen? Like buildings, you can see your buildings, you can touch your buildings, you can see your cars, you can see or touch your vehicles, you can see or touch your equipments. Depreciation is applied to tangible products only. There are some intangible products and properties as well which cannot be feel, which cannot be touched. There are copyright issues, you have franchises, clear? Your soft form, any kind of data which is in soft form, you cannot touch that. Now, different terms associated with depreciation. These are different terms. One is cost, useful life, depreciable life, and salvage value. What is cost? For any asset, for any asset or any product, the price you paid for, that is cost, and that is known as cost basis. In the numerical problem of depreciation, you will see a lot the word cost basis. Cost basis means the original price paid for any asset, that is your cost basis. And another term could be adjusted cost. There are two terms in the cost as well: cost basis and adjusted cost. Cost basis, I'm going to repeat that again. Cost basis are those costs, are those prices which are paid for an asset to its original form. But what are adjusted costs? Adjusted costs are those costs in which the depreciable amount has been subtracted from the cost basis, and the remaining net value is known as adjusted cost. I'll elaborate all these terms in numerical problems further. What is useful life? Useful life is for any product, the number of years for which that product or that asset is expected to be used in business and is expected to perform its functions to which it is designed. That is known as useful life of any product or any asset. For example, houses or buildings can be built, can be made to live in within from 20 years to 50 years. Even 100 साल पुरानी buildings भी अभी मौजूद हैं. So that time period जब बिल्डिंग्स अपने फुली फंक्शनल स्टेज पे हो, दैट इज नोन एज इट्स यूजफुल लाइफ. लेकिन ऐसा नहीं है कि आपकी बिल्डिंग विद द पैसेज ऑफ टाइम डिके नहीं होती, वेयर आउट नहीं होती, ऐसा नहीं है. सो योर बिल्डिंग्स आर ऑल्सो subjected or are also able to be subjected to depreciations. What is depreciable life? Life of an asset in between its useful life. For example, the useful life of your product or of your car was 10 years. There, if your useful life of your car was 10 years, then depreciable life would be 9 years or 8 years or 7 years. We can say what could be the depreciable life of your product. Depreciable life starts from the not from the first year. Depreciable life is always less than 1 than the useful life before the salvage value of the product. And what is the salvage value? Salvage value is the value of asset after its useful life. For example, जैसे मैंने अभी बिल्कुल start में एक example दी, the batteries of your car have or the batteries of your UPS has to be replaced after 1 or 2 hours, 2 years maximum. After, for example, you purchase the batteries of for your houses or your car in 20,000, let's say in 20,000. After using it 2 years, you are going to change your batteries or you are going to purchase new batteries, but old batteries, you can sell your old batteries as well. For example, the sale value of your batteries after 2 years was 5,000. So that 5,000 is the salvage value. It's an opportunity cost for you as well. मतलब आप अपनी उस 20,000 की वर्थ कंप्लीट कर चुके हैं, आप उस 20,000 वर्थ की चीज को कंप्लीटली यूज कर चुके हैं, बट अगेन इफ यू आर गोइंग टू सेल दैट स्क्रैप, that is also known as scrap value. Salvage value is also known as scrap value because the seller or the buyer pays you for that scrap. आपके लिए वो remaining batteries are just piece of scrap now, but the buyer is going to pay you for that scrap. That is known as salvage value or scrap value. Okay. Now, coming towards the objectives of depreciation. The objectives of depreciation are to calculate the proper profit. Okay. Depreciation, how it is how it is profit, how the word profit explains the true mean of depreciation. I'll explain it in later slides as well with the numerical problems, and you will have a complete understanding after that, inshallah. Okay. And other objectives of depreciation is to show an asset, any asset or any property, its reasonable value. As I told you before, after every year, within the useful life of any product or any asset, its book value is going to be decreased. Even the book value, remember one thing, book value of any product after its useful life is going to be zero. I'm going to repeat this line again. The book value of any product or asset after its useful life is going to be zero. That's why the value or the if the buyer pays you something of your of any product after its useful life, that is known as salvage value. वो आपको एक प्रॉफिट आ रहा होता है, ठीक है, आप उस एसेट्स को कंप्लीटली उसके 100% फंक्शनैलिटी के साथ यूज कर चुके हैं. नाउ दैट इज योर प्रॉफिट और अपॉर्चुनिटी कॉस्ट. ओके. Another objective of depreciation, it provides the replacement of an asset. For example, आपका एक asset है और वो with the passage of time उसकी with the passage of time उसके usage की वजह से it's under the process of decay and wear and tear. So उसकी book value is going to be reduced. बुक वैल्यू तो उसकी रिड्यूस हो गई, लेकिन आप उस एसेट की रिप्लेसमेंट प्रोवाइड कर देते हैं. दिस वर्ड ऑफ डेप्रिसिएशन, इट्स opportunity cost for the investor as well. And depreciation is allowed to be deducted from profit. अगर आपने टैक्स पर्पसेस के लिए भी बात करनी है ना, तो यू आर अलाउड टू डिडक्ट फ्रॉम द प्रॉफिट्स ऑफ योर कंपनी एज वेल. ओके. What are the causes of depreciation? Causes of depreciation are any object is going to be any object is going to experience any kind of wear and tear, then maintenance, आपकी चीज खराब हो जाती है यूज करने के बाद, then change in production capacity, then restriction of production. आपके पास मे बी जो 20 साल पहले जो चीज प्रोड्यूस हो रही थी, it's being ended in the market now, and in order to reduce the and due to reduced demand, the value is also being depreciated. कोई चीज मार्केट में, फॉर एग्जांपल अगर कोई मोबाइल फोन है तो उसके डिफरेंट वर्जन आएंगे, हर साल उसमें रेपिटेशन आएगी, रेपिटेशन नहीं सॉरी, हर साल उसमें एडवांसमेंट आएगी एंड इट्स फंक्शन. लाइक मोबाइल फोन की अगर कोई सीरीज आ जाएगी F1, तो नेक्स्ट ईयर आएगी F2, F3, F4, F5, F6. क्लियर? तो आपकी F1 की डिमांड आफ्टर 10 years विल बी क्वाइट लेस देन इट वाज at that time when it was launched. Clear? So due to reduced demand, the things are subjected to depreciation value as well. Okay, there are different methods to calculate the depreciation. Then there are 4 types of that. One is straight line method. The second one is sum of years digit method. Third one is unit of production method, and 4 is machine hour method. we are going to explain the methods one by one. Straight line depreciation method. As the word or the title indicate itself, its principle is it depreciates the value of any asset at equal rate throughout its life. इसमें क्या होता है, लाइक एक स्ट्रेट लाइन, अगर आप इसको ग्राफ पे शो करते हो ना, तो आपके पास एक स्ट्रेट लाइन मिलती है, आपकी डेप्रिसिएशन इक्वल अमाउंट ऑफ रेट्स पे होती है थ्रू आउट द लाइफ ऑफ द प्रोडक्ट. क्लियर? फॉर एग्जाम्पल डेप्रिसिएशन, अब इसका फॉर्मूला क्या है? इन कॉस्ट बेसिस दिस कॉस्ट इज ओरिजिनल कॉस्ट. ओरिजिनल कॉस्ट में से माइनस करनी है आपने सैल्वेज वैल्यू, इसको डिवाइड कर देना है इट्स यूजफुल लाइफ के साथ. दिस इज द रेट ऑफ डेप्रिसिएशन इन स्ट्रेट लाइन मेथड. आई एम गोइंग टू रिपीट इट वंस more. In from cost basis, you have to subtract the salvage value. Salvage value, the value of the asset after its useful life, divided by the useful life of that product. If we solve a numerical problem for the straight line depreciation method, then it is on January 2011, a company purchased an equipment at cost of 1,40,000. This is the cost basic. This one, original cost. Okay? 140,000 a company has purchased an equipment. It has lifespan of 5 years. Clear? Useful life. At the end of 5th year, the salvage value is 20,000. At the end of 5th year, the salvage value is 20,000. Now, calculate the depreciation for 2011 and 2012. अब देखो बेटा, 2011 में कंपनी ने परचेज किया और 2012 में 11 और 12 इन 2 years की डेप्रिसिएशन मांग रहे हैं वो. और प्रोडक्ट की लाइफ कितनी थी? 5 year. अगर यहाँ पे लिखा होता ना प्रोडक्ट लाइफ इज 6 months, तो इसकी डेप्रिसिएशन वैल्यू 0 हो जानी थी. एंड दीज आर सम कंसेप्चुअल क्वेश्चन व्हिच आई विल डेफिनेटली आस्क यू इन क्विज और इन योर पेपर एज वेल. So be very careful in this lecture. Lifespan is 5 years. Now, what is the solution of this numerical problem? I have solved the solution and take screenshots over here so that you may understand the numerical problem quite well. The cost, the data has been written over here in simplified form. Cost is 1,40,000. Cost of equipment, the salvage value of that equipment is 20,000, and the life of that equipment is 5 years, and this life is useful life. Now, what is the depreciation rate? Cost minus salvage value over useful life. What is the cost? 140,000 minus 20,000 divided by 5. अब प्रोडक्ट परचेज कब हुई? 2011 में. तो डेप्रिसिएशन 2011 के लिए जो आएगी वो सिंपली दिस वैल्यू आएगी. क्लियर? This is my 1,40,000 minus 20,000 remaining. It remains 1,20,000 divided by 5, 24,000. Now depreciation for 2012. अब I have already explained that straight line depreciation method का जो principle है, it remains equivalent throughout its useful life. So in next year, the value would be the same. 140 minus 20 divided by 5, that is equal to 24,000. Clear? हर साल जो depreciable amount है, that is 24,000, and that remains same throughout the life of the product. Now, coming towards the second method, that is sum of year digits method. What's the principle? It provides higher depreciation rate to be charged from the starting period of the asset and lower depreciation rate at the last year. मतलब इसमें क्या होता है बेटा, इक्वलेंट वे में ट्रैवल नहीं कर रहा होता, इक्वल रेट के साथ मूव नहीं कर रहा होता आपका डेप्रिसिएशन वैल्यू. आपकी डेप्रिसिएशन वैल्यू चेंज होती जाती है. चेंज कैसे होती है? स्टार्टिंग के टाइम में इसकी वैल्यू ज़्यादा होती है, ये ज़्यादा चार्ज करता है इन डेप्रिशिएबल अमाउंट, एंड एट द लास्ट ईयर ऑफ द प्रोडक्ट it charges quite lower. फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर मैं आपको क्वेश्चन बताऊं कि कैसा होता है, गिविंग एन एसेट जिसकी कॉस्ट है 3000 and its useful life is 5 years, that is which is more than 1 year, so it's going to be depreciated for sure. Then the calculations are, अब देखो फिफ्थ ईयर का ना, तो आपने क्या करना है, फ्रॉम द प्रोजेक्ट एसेट जो लास्ट कितना रहेगा 5 ईयर, फिर 5 से आप अपनी यूजफुल लाइफ को ऑर्डर में लिखना शुरू कर दो, इन रिवर्स ऑर्डर, लाइक 1 2 3 नहीं, 5 4 3 2 1 एंड सम अप ऑफ दीज डिजिट्स कितना हो गया, 5 + 4 4 + 3 5 + 4 9 9 + 3 12 12 + 2 14 14 + 1 15, इन सबका सम ले लें, जितनी भी यूजफुल लाइफ है उसको रिवर्स ऑर्डर में लिखना है और इसका सम ले लेना है 5 4 3 2 1। नेक्स्ट आपने क्या करना है, फर्स्ट ईयर पे कितना चार्ज हुआ है, नेक्स्ट एक कॉलम बनेगा जिसमें आएगा, अगले कॉलम में इसके बाद आएगा 5/15 4/15, इन सारी वैल्यूज को आपने डिवाइड कर देना है 15 के साथ, इन न्यूमिरेटर योर वैल्यूज वुड बी सेम बट इन डिनोमिनेटर द वैल्यू वुड बी द सम ऑफ दीज ऑल डिजिट, लाइक 5/15 4/15 3/15 2/15 1/15, clear, and that factor is going to be multiplied by 3000 simply in first year में क्या है, 5/15 multiply by 3000 1000, 5/15 1/3 multiply by 3000 1000, 4/15 multiply by 3000 800, 3/15 multiply by 3000 600, 2/15 and 1/15, and this is your complete value. आप इसका सम अगर करोगे तो ये ओरिजिनल कॉस्ट तक आनी चाहिए. दिस इज द चेक whether your question is true or not. Maybe आपको क्वेश्चन दे दिया जाए 15 years का, 15 14 13 12 2, आपने नीचे आते जाते आ जाना है 1 पे, फिर आपने क्या करना है 15 और फिर उनको क्या करना है, इन सबको सम करना है, सम करके you have to place it in fractional form and simply multiply by that fraction by the original cost basis, that is 3000, 5/15 into 3000, 4/15 into 3000 and 3/15 into 3000, 2/15 into 3000 and 1/15 into 3000, and you if you sum up all these digits, it will be the same amount as it would be in the start of the cost basis. Clear? और ये चेक होता है कि आपका क्वेश्चन ठीक है या नहीं है. Now coming towards the next method, that is unit of production method. Unit of production method, this is the third method to find out the depreciation value, and what are the principles of this method. Okay, what the principle is, the service unit will be consumed in non-time phased fashion. Clear? इसमें बेटा टाइम लिमिट, आप जैसे पर ईयर या एनुअल के हिसाब से आपकी सर्विस लिमिट या सर्विस यूनिट्स कंज्यूम नहीं होते स्टार्ट में. इसमें अब ये दैट इज गोइंग टू बी वो वाली जो चीज़ें थी, जैसे हमने पहले सम ऑफ ईयर डिजिट्स पढ़ा या स्ट्रेट लाइन मेथड पढ़ा, दैट इज मोर सुटेबल टू द buildings or more suitable to the anything that is out of mechanical or this kind of scope, but the unit of production method is specifically for the production plants. इसमें क्या होता है कि आपके सर्विस यूनिट्स जो है ना वो नॉन टाइम फेज फैशन में कंज्यूम होने चाहिए. फॉर एग्जांपल आपने पर ईयर के हिसाब से यू हैव टू कैलकुलेट द डेप्रिसिएशन एनुअली. दिस इज DN मीन्स एनुअल डेप्रिसिएशन. व्हाट इज द फॉर्मूला, सर्विस यूनिट कंज्यूम्स फॉर द ईयर, आपने एक साल में जितने सर्विस यूनिट कंज्यूम किए हैं डिवाइडेड बाय द टोटल सर्विस यूनिट्स. Here the service unit consumed 1 year divided by the total service unit into I minus S. I is the total cost, या cost basis of the asset or property, and S is basically the salvage value of that property. Clear? Let me repeat it once. Unit of production method, the basic principle behind unit of production method is that the service unit should be consumed in a non-time phased fashion. Non-time phased fashion. So the formula for annual depreciation calculation is that the service unit consumed for 1 year divided by the total service unit into I minus S. I is the total cost minus salvage value. Now, if we solve a numerical problem of for unit of production method, then the total cost is of any production unit is $55,000. The salvage value is $5,000. Total unit is 2,50,000 miles, and number of unit produced in a year. This is number of unit produced in a year is 30,000 miles. Simple, you have to put the values in this simplest formula in order to get the depreciation value. Okay, now the depreciation value is equal to the number of units produced in 1 year, that is 30,000, divided by the total units produced production, that is 2,50,000 miles, into I minus S, total cost minus the salvage value, $55,000 minus the $5,000, and you have to simply solve these mathematical expressions to find out your depreciation value through unit of production method. Clear? Sorry. Now, coming towards the fourth method, that is machine hour method. If we are going to discuss the machine hour rate of method for depreciation, it means we are going to study about the total life and the useful working life of any asset. It could be any production plant, it could be any, definitely something about machinery, so it could be something mechanical equipment. It could be production unit for electricity, it could be production unit for any steel, or it could be production unit for any kind of metal or material. Clear? So the depreciation rate for machine is calculated on hourly method, on every hour. It's not annually, because machine, the value or the okay, now one more question over here: why the machine or method is calculated in hours only, not in annual form? This could be again the question. Because machine has much unpredictable life. It is subjected to a lot of risk factors at the same time. Clear? That's why, and machine, the production of anything through machine is quite rapid. That's why, according to the performance, capacity, and capability of that machine, of that production unit. So that's why machine or method, the value of depreciation rate for any kind of machinery is calculated on hourly basis, on every hour. Okay, that is, and what's the mathematical formula in order to calculate that? The original cost of machine minus the salvage value. Original cost of machine minus the salvage value over the estimated of life of machine in hours. Okay, if a question has salvage value 0, or if a question the state in if the statement of question has no talk or no wording about the salvage value of that machine, that then you are going to take the salvage value of that asset or property 0, either 0, or either you are just going to neglect this part. If there is no salvage value of machine written in that in your question, then your equation will be reduced down to this: hourly depreciation rate is equal to original cost of machine over estimated life of machine in hours. I hope this point is has been cleared. So if we solve a question regarding machine or method, the mixer unit for preparing mix of concrete, इसकी basic value है 2 lakh, and it is expected to have a salvage value of 40,000. I'm going to repeat the question again. A concrete mixer machine has basic cost or original cost or capital cost 2 lakh, and it is expected to have salvage value of 40,000 when replaced are 50,000 hours of use. ठीक है, अब इसमें ये नहीं होगा it's average life. The average life of machine is written in hours. The average life of machine is not written in annual or in yearly basis. If the expected life of machine or the final useful life of machine is written in hours of use, that's why this question comes under the category of the machine hour method. We have to find out if the value is written in hourly use, then we have to find out the depreciation value according to the time unit, that is per hour. Here the time units should be remain the same. So the question is, find its depreciation rate per unit hour of time or use and find its book value after 18,000 hours of operation. There are two parts in a single question. I'm going to repeat the question again. The cost basis, the original cost of the concrete mixer is 2 lakh, and its salvage value is expected after its life is 40,000, and what is life? Its life is 50,000 hours of use. So find out the depreciation rate per hour of the use and also find out the book value when 18,000 hours of operation has been done. मतलब depreciation book value आपने find out करनी है within the useful life of that asset. So I'm going to explain one more terminology or term used in depreciation. One was salvage value. Salvage value is the uh, life is the paid amount of an asset after its useful life, but the original value of an asset in terms of in monetary terms, सिर्फ पैसों की टर्म में बात हो रही है, the value of any asset in its monetary term during its useful life is known as book value. After useful life it's salvage value, but during its useful life is book value. Clear? So what's the solution for that? Depreciation for unit hour of production or hourly depreciation rate is book value minus salvage value over estimated life in production. So book value was 2 lakh, salvage value is expected to be 40,000 and estimated life is 50,000. After solving this mathematical expression, the final depreciation rate for unit of production or the depreciation hourly depreciation rate is turned out to be 3.2 rupees per hour. This is the answer of question part A. Now coming towards the part B, after 18,000 hours of operation, what will be its book value? Okay, पर आर का रेट क्या है 3.2, 18,000 को मल्टीप्लाई करो आप 3.2 के साथ, जो भी वैल्यू आएगी उसको इसकी ओरिजिनल, बिकॉज बुक वैल्यू कब आती है जब आप उसकी उस ईयर तक की उसकी उस लाइफ तक जिसमें आपने बुक वैल्यू फाइंड आउट करनी है उस लाइफ तक की इसमें से डेप्रिसिएशन अमाउंट माइनस कर दें, फिर आपके पास बुक वैल्यू आती है. अगर आप डेप्रिसिएशन अमाउंट माइनस नहीं करेंगे तो आपके पास बुक वैल्यू नहीं आएगी. सो इन ऑर्डर टू subtract the depreciation amount, what we have done, we have multiplied the hourly rate of depreciation, that is 3.2 units per hour, rupees per hour. We have multiplied that with 18,000 in order to find the total rupees. Then we have subtracted that value from 2 lakh जो कि उसकी original price थी. So we have the remaining value, that is the book value of that asset or of that concrete mixer after 18,000 hours of use, that is 1,42,400. I hope up till here the lecture has been cleared. Before starting the part 2, I'd really like to show you a video over here. Just give me a minute. Okay, this video. I hope his voice is clear. But if it's not, I'm going to post the same video link in your Google Classroom as well. You can have your cross check from there as well, because it's really suitable and really well explained video about depreciation. Okay, what this person is going to be explained, he's saying, for example, you are going to buy a car, you have paid some amount of money for that car. After you have bought that car, you have used that car. Two things have been added in this. One is you have used that car. It is definitely subjected to any kind of wear and tear. उस पर डिके हुआ है, उसका बैटरी यूज हुई है, उसका इंजन यूज हुआ है. You have used that property. You have used your property which you have bought. Clear? And second thing is time. These two things are really very important, and these two terms make combinedly are the major sources of depreciation expenses. This is known as depreciation expense. Usage of your property plus the time which has been spent in with your property as well. And this is known as depreciation expense. Sorry. Okay. Uh, this professor has explained the book value really well. He said, for that car, once you have subtracted all kind of accumulated depreciation value, what are accumulated depreciation values? These are the values which have been, which all we already have been find out or figure out through the different numerical problems by these methods: straight line method, declining balance method, unit of production method, or sum of year digits method. The value which we have attained at the end is known as depreciation value, and if we accumulate, we sum up all those values for a specific year. As I have already told you, book value is the monetary value of any asset before its salvage value, that is known as during its useful life, and that is known as book value. So he's saying that from the total cost basis, if you subtracted all the accumulated depreciation value, then the remaining value is known as your book value. Okay, coming towards our lecture again. Sorry. Okay, that is depletion, the part two of the today's lecture. And what is depletion? There are two things, Vita. One thing is man-made, one thing is naturally occurring. There are this universe or this planet Earth is composed of two kind of matters. One thing, all things which have been created by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and the other, all those things which has been created or produced by man-made efforts. The word depreciation is allowable to all those items or all those assets or properties or production which are humanly made, जो कि इंसानों ने डेवलप किए हैं, जो कि इंसानों ने बनाई हैं. इफ समथिंग इज मेड बाय ह्यूमन, तो वो दोबारा भी बन सकती है. क्लियर? इफ ह्यूमन इन्वेंट एन टेलीविजन, तो टेलीविजन दोबारा भी बन सकता है, बट नॉट के दोबारा भी बन सकता है, बट विद इनोवेशंस बन सकता है, लाइक फ्रॉम the production of first television to LEDs, there is a long journey, and large new innovations and inventions have been done from the first model of television till now. So depreciation is the term associated, or is the term value associated with all the products which have been humanly made or man-made. But depletion, depletion is the term specified to those uh, assets or properties which are naturally made, which are made by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which is not made by any human being, or any human inventions have been attached to that sources. For example, your mines have been invented by naturally. Your wells, your forest, they have been naturally occurring resources. Okay, so depletion is the term that is associated with all kind of natural resources available in the world. When these resources are removed, they cannot be replaced or repurchased in the same manners as they were previously occurring. If we talk about depreciation, all the terms which are humanly made, that can be replaced, that can be repurchased, and that can be remade with the same function, or it could be placed or replaced with the more inventions in it. But when the natural resource are going to be used, they are not going to be replaced in the same manner, or they are not going to be replaced at all. Clear? So the main term associated with these natural resources is known as depletion. If we specifically talk about the mining and coal mining or oil wells and other minerals like gold mines or anything like diamond or anything copper mines. There are different materials of mine which have been placed in mines as well, and oil or gas reservoirs. Then the amount charged on those mines or on the production of, because mines have been present over there, लेकिन क्या हो रहा है कि ह्यूमन बीइंग उनके अंदर से कोल को कट करके उनको सेल आउट कर रहे हैं. If that mine is going to be used by human beings, it's not going to be replaced ever. If it's diminishing or if it's ended, then it's not going to be replaced within next some years, because coal बनने में हजारों सैकड़ों साल लग गए. Clear? So any kind of natural resource, once it's going to be used, it's not going to be replaced at all. सो अगर उसकी, लेकिन अगर उस पर बिजनेस हो रहा है, उस कोल माइंस को कट करके उनको उन सबको सेल आउट किया जा रहा है, तो उस पर जो अमाउंट चार्ज की जाती है दैट इज नोन एज डिप्लीशन. एंड दैट डिप्लीशन इज बेसिकली अ सोर्स ऑफ प्रॉफिट टू द ओनर. फॉर एग्जाम्पल मेरे पास एक कोल माइन है, ठीक है, अब लोग उस पे आके उस कटिंग करके लेके जा रहे हैं, उसका सारा के सारा मेरा रिसोर्स यूज हो रहा है, तो आई शुड गेट सम प्रॉफिट इन रिटर्न टू दैट एज वेल. सो that depletion, that value of depletion is basically which if you are going to if you students, or if Hashir or Moise, you are going to pay me for that, you are going to use your business over there, you are going to cut the coal from my mine and selling out in the market. You are doing your business, you are having your profit as well, you are having your good monetary values of your production plant as well. But what I am returning in all this, I have purchased my mine, clear, but I am getting nothing after all this. So depletion value is that amount of value which you are going to pay me because I am the owner of that mine. Clear? It's basically a compensation amount which the companies pays to an owner each year as an amount which they are going to, which the owner is going to recover from his sources. I hope it's clear, it has been clear. If there is any kind of discrepancy or any kind of question in your mind, then you can post in Google Classroom, and I'll definitely going to reply that, and I'll definitely going to explain the terms with more clarity. So, what are the methods of depreciation? The owner is going to pay annually. The owner is going to receive the payments annually in two parts. One is the profit. अगर आप मेरी माइन में इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं, मतलब मेरे पास एक कोल माइन है या मेरे पास एक कॉपर माइन है, एंड यू आर गोइंग टू डू योर बिजनेस ओवर देयर, वन थिंग, मुझे प्रॉफिट तो मिलना चाहिए, पहली चीज हो गई. द प्रॉफिट दैट हैज बीन अर्नड बाय दैट कंपनी, प्रोडक्शन कंपनी, थ्रू सेलिंग आउट दैट assets or selling out that all natural resources. Second is a portion of owner's capital that is being returned. It is known as depletion. Owner को second amount मिलनी चाहिए जो कि आप लोगों का प्रॉफिट होगा. बीइंग योर कंपनी, आपकी कंपनी है ना, तो एक प्रॉफिट मिल जाएगा ऑनर को, एक प्रॉफिट मिल जाएगा कंपनी को. तो कंपनी को अपने प्रॉफिट में से भी कुछ पोर्शन ऑनर को देना पड़ेगा. क्यों? क्योंकि कंपनी तो अपनी मशीनरी लेके कल को नेक्स्ट माइन पे चली जाएगी, लेकिन ऑनर के पास तो माइन ही नहीं बचेगा ना, वो तो यूज हो गया. दैट्स व्हाई the annual payment to owner is made into two parts, and owner is getting reward of its mine, because at the end his resources जिसके ऊपर उसने इन्वेस्ट किया था are going to be ended and they are not going to be replaced ever. हाँ, वो ये कर सकता है कि वो उन डिप्लीशन की सारी रकम से एक न्यू माइन खरीद ले. क्लियर? So the businessman or the owner can acquire new properties or new mines or new oil and gas production properties. So it's going to be an opportunity for cost for the owner as well, because he can invest that depletion value, depletion money in more investing uh, some more investing projects. So, what are the methods of depletion? There are two methods of depletion. One is cost depletion and one is percentage depletion. And we are not going to discuss that in detail, as they are complex numerical methods. And I'm just going to give you a brief overview for your at the bachelor's level, because this topic further this topic in detail is master level topic. So I'm just going to give you a brief description or briefly knowledge about the methods of depletion. They are cost depletion and they are percentage depletion. And percentage depletion method is done on the basis of years income. क्या किया जाता है कि आपके कुछ नेचुरल अमाउंट रिसोर्सेज के ऊपर डिप्लीशन अलाउंसेस ऑलरेडी मेंशन है, प्री डिसाइडेड है बाय द गवर्नमेंट और बाय द बाय लॉज. क्लियर? They have already been decided. For example, sulfur, nickel or zinc mines pay, you have to give 22% depletion on annual year's income. For example, if you are going to earn 1 lakh per year, then 22% of that 1 lakh you have to return back to the owner as a value of depletion value. Clear? And for example, 22,000 you have to give the owner back after 1 year. Gold, silver, and copper mines, they have 15%. Coal mines have 10%, and the least value is of clay and gravel or sandstone. They are 5%. So these things are important for in terms of MCQs or in terms of online quiz, which we are going to held in your next class as well. I hope the lecture has been clear to you all. Thank you so much, class. And if you have any question regarding depletion, depreciation, its method, its different terms used in the whole lecture, then you can discuss, you can ask me in the WhatsApp class group, or you can post your comments, your question in comment section below the lecture. So I may reply your queries, or if you have any comments, you can post over there as well. Before ending the lecture, I would like to show you another video about depletion. Sorry. Thank you so much, class, for your time and for your understanding. If you have any question or queries, you can ask me. And if the voice in the lecture in the videos which I have been shown, YouTube videos which I have shown during the lectures was not clear. So don't worry about that. I'm going to post the video tutorial video links with the lecture as well. These were really useful video tutorial links. So you definitely you should go visit that videos in detail. So, and we'll have question answer session in the live interactive class session as well about that. So thank you so much for your time, class, and we're going to